That's the second long ball he's reeled in today.
One long ball is plenty, but two is something to be stoked about.
And that'll do it for the first half of this one. The Packers are out in front, 21-14. And now let's send you to Chris Berman in our studios in Bristol for the ESPN Halftime Report. Boomer?
Okay, Dana, we'll get back to you guys in a moment. Welcome, everybody, to the ESPN Halftime Show. I'm Chris Berman. Now we'll look at our halftime numbers and look at the difference in time of possession. The Packers should be way ahead on the scoreboard, but somehow they've let their opponent hang with them. Let's see if they can change things in the second half. Let's get started in this one early in the first quarter. Jefferson was definitely a key as he was able to work his way open for a big one here. A 74-yard touchdown for the Rams. The Rams get the first points of the game and go up by 7. The Packers come right back. Rodgers would make the first guy miss. Then he'd rip off a chunk of yardage here. A 17-yard play that set up a Packer touchdown. The Packers, towards the end of the first quarter, game tied 7-all. Jones on the carry here as they work the ground game. This is a nice run. The Packers now in the second quarter. Rodgers connected with his man on this one. A 28-yard touchdown for the Packers. Packers out in front, 21-7. Woods emerged as a real weapon as he pulled one in here. A 65-yard touchdown for the Rams. The Rams climb back into the game, now down by 7. The Packers still late in the second quarter. Adams is going to find an opening in the secondary, and he'll exploit it here. And that's where we'll leave this one. Packers are locked in a defensive struggle, 21-14. Now let's check out the undisputed halftime hero of the first half. Number 16 has taken over this game. So that'll...
And that is going to do it for this one. The Packers come out on top, 38-14. For my partner, Peter O'Keefe, this is Dan Stevens saying goodbye until next time.
All right, gang, great work as always. And with that, we welcome everybody back to the ESPN studios for our ESPN Video Games post-game show. I'm Chris Berman. The Packers stepped it up for sure, putting up some good numbers. Let's start this on the first play from scrimmage in the second half. Adams came up with a huge play here as they cover a lot of real estate on this one. A 44-yard play that set up a Packer touchdown. The Packers move ahead by 14. After driving 36 yards on 8 plays, number 2 would be called upon for the field goal try, and he'd come through. Connect on the field goal. Packers ahead by 17. Number 50 was in the right place at the right time, as his interception was a possible momentum shifter. The Packers have it after a turnover on downs. Rodgers would drop back and deliver a strike on this one. A 14-yard touchdown for the Packers. Packers ahead, 38-14. Number 26 is reading the quarterback's eyes all the way as he's able to get his hands on this one and pick it off. The Packers on defense already inside field goal range. Number 24 going to have a beat on this one. It's a fumble. He's right there to get his hands on it. The Rams, after recovering a fumble, Rams trailing by 24. Number 16 would find his target on this one. And that's where we'll leave this one. Packers serve up a blowout, 38-14. Now let's catch up with the player who really ignited his team's offense with his deft passing and has earned our Player of the Game award. Rodgers is on hand with Susie Coleman. Suze?
Thanks, Chris. You really hustled today and led your team to a big win. What was the key to your success?
Our defensive guys were just animals tonight. They were all over the place, and I think they got on their heels a bit. They made things a lot easier for us on the offensive end for sure.
Back to you, Chris.
That winds up...
And that'll do it for the first
That's the
half
end
of
of
this
the
one.
second
The
quarter.
Ravens in command of this one, 28-7. And now let's send you to Chris Berman in our studios in Bristol for the ESPN Halftime Report. Boomer?
All right, Dave, interesting game at the half. We'll get back to you guys in a bit. First, we welcome everybody to our ESPN Halftime Report. I'm Chris Berman. We'll look at our halftime stats here, and boy, look at the difference in passing yards. The Bills are certainly losing because of it. It's hard to win when you play like that. Let's get started in this one early in the first quarter. Number 21 is going to bounce this one to the outside. And look at the execution up front. He's in the clear. A 27-yard play that set up a Raven touchdown. The Ravens strike first and go up by 7. The Bills on defense, number 90 would come up with the big play to kill a drive as he was able to step in front of a wayward pass for an INT. The Ravens, after getting an interception, Ravens out in front by 7. Jackson is able to make things pay off on the ground. They're now up by 14. The Bills now in the second quarter. Number 44 shows some great awareness here as he gets himself into position to pick this one off. Bills back 14-0. Jackson let his big old offensive line pave the way on this one. A 15-yard play that set up a Raven touchdown. The Ravens have opened it up and now lead by 21. The Bills, midway through the second, Peters was able to step in front of this pass and pick one off, but he wasn't done there. Touchdown for the Ravens. Ravens late into the second quarter. Ravens winning by 28. Jackson would drop back and deliver a strike on this one. The Bills late in the second quarter. Number 26 is going to take this one right up the gut. Look at the burst as he busts into the secondary. There he goes. A 70-yard touchdown for the Bills. And that's where we'll leave this one. Bills are down big at halftime, 28-7. Today's halftime hero has turned in an incredible performance thus far. Jackson has taken over this game. So that
One thing right now, and that's the clock.
And that is going to
That's
do
the
it
end of
for this
regulation.
one. The Ravens come out on top 35-28. For my partner, Peter O'Keefe, this is Dan Stevens saying goodbye until next time.
That's right, fellas. That's right, fellas. We got it.
All right, gang, great work as always. And with that, we welcome everybody back to the ESPN studios for our ESPN Video Games postgame show. I'm Chris Berman. The Ravens stepped it up for sure, putting up some good numbers. Let's get started in this one early in the third quarter. Peters is reading the quarterback's eyes all the way as he's able to get his hands on this one and pick it off. The Ravens back at it after their D made a stop in the red zone. The ball at the 1 yard line. Number 21 got the carry here and he comes through. Touchdown for the Ravens. The Bills trying to answer back. Bills behind by 28. Number 11 had to work to find an opening, but he was able to haul this one in. They finally get on the board and they are now down by 21. Jackson would find his target on this one. Ravens out in front, 35-14. Brown was definitely a key as he was able to work his way open for a big one here. A 43-yard touchdown for the Bills. The Bills close the gap some. They're down by 14. This time at the 48, Clark was in the right place at the right time as his interception was a possible momentum shifter. The Ravens, after getting an interception, Ravens leading by 14. Jackson connected with his man on this one. The Bills have it after a turnover on downs. Number 14 emerged as a real weapon as he pulled one in here. A 69-yard touchdown for the Bills. Bills trailing 35-28. White is reading the quarterback's eyes all the way as he's able to get his hands on this one and pick it off. And that's where we'll leave this one. Ravens squeaked out a win, 35-28. Now let's talk to a player who was instrumental in their dominant running game and is our player of the game. Number 21 is down on the field with Susie Colbert. Suze?
Thank you, Chris. You excelled under pressure today, and you won a close game today. What do you think was the critical factor in getting the W?
Man, I really give all the credit to my teammates. They came in and gave their all today, and they just made things easy for me. We have got a great cast of characters on this team, and I'm honored to play alongside them.
Chris, back to you.
That concludes